So for step 29, attaching the front axles, well, you can see we've got a similar setup to what we did for the rear. We got to grease up our axles, we've got to put in our screw pins and our step screws, and we also have to make sure that this is set up for the low position. So there's all of our hardware. There's our axles that we built in the last step. So I'll set this up and let's put this together. So let's do what we did the last time, where we're going to grab the axle, and this is on the right hand side technically, and we're going to use our screw pin. Now again, they're showing you putting it in the grease into that hole, but I'm going to be doing that for the whole pin, just because with every other kit I know, that's exactly how they've done it, and I think it should be. I'm not really sure why they're only wanting the hole itself to be greased. So let's just do this. I'm not going to overdo it. But if we grab our chassis, we're going to need to put our screw pin into here. Then we've got our axle, and make sure that it is the correct one. We're going into the lowest position. There we go. And now that it's in, we need to screw this in place. Now I'm turning it over because it's going to be easier to hold it this way and screw it in. There we go. So there is the axle in place. Now, we need to grease up our dog bones and get those into the joints. And same on the other side. And now let's get that into here, which you're going to have to slide through differently just to make sure it goes through. And on this side, I'm going to slide that in as well. If we can get that matched up. There. Come on, there we go. Okay, so there it is, it's in place. Now I'm going to hold this because otherwise it's going to pop out again. And you can see that we have a step screw that now has to go into here and then into the bottom of the top part of the hole. So that's got to go into here and into that bottom hole. So I'll just turn that this way. Grab the screwdriver and we'll screw this in now. Now this is hard plastic to hard plastic, so you're going to know when you're at the end. And I can already feel it. So there we go. There is our right axle in place. Very, very cool. Okay, we got to do the same thing on the other side. So again, I'm going to grab our step screw. I mean our screw pin. Grease this up. And take this. We're going to slide that in. We're now going to slide this in, and it's going into the bottom hole. There we go. And now we will screw this all the way through, and you're just going to know when you get to the end, it won't go any farther. There we go, but it's got nice free motion. And now we're going to grease our dog bone. Just like that. And the other side. Okay, and we've got to slide our dog bone way down there. So I can get to it right down there like that. And now we've got to get it into the upper one. There it is. Okay, so that is in place. And now we've got to attach this. And again, we're going to be attaching it to the lower of the two. It looks like that shifted. There we go. So I'm going to grab our screw pin, and that's going into the lower hole on the axle. There we go. And screwdriver. And again, we're going into hard plastic, so you're going to know when you're at the end. Can't go any farther. So there we go. There is our left axle in place. So both axles are now attached. So that means step 29 is complete. So now we're going to move on to step 30 and work on the front dampers.